120 or so.
Well, that's still good.
Oh, you're still all right, man. You're still good.
Still have 1 day left on the auction. We'll see.
You have a full day, yeah, dude. Like usually, man, like on those auctions for like those bigger books, like those last minute snipers come through. So I think you're fine. I mean, even if a speculator's like why would they want a raw book versus a 9.8 that's signed? Doesn't make any sense to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but I don't want that book.
Yeah, I'm still banking on the Exiles.
Oh, really?
I gotta look at that. I saw Gary posted. I'm like, let me go over here and see if they have it.
Mm-hmm.
Snatched it up, but by the time it gets here, it'll be I don't know, another 2 weeks. Actually, that one's gone up a little bit.
What? Why is it gonna take 2 weeks to get to you?
It's subscription. So I have a subscription with Graham Crackers. So they had it back issue. I add it to my subscription when I get charged. That's when they send it out. So it's another 2 weeks. Hey, but $450, bro. So
yeah.
It's all good,
I was just curious why it took so long, but that makes sense.
Oh yeah, I know, because I just had I just got my subscription from last month. So
gotcha.
Yeah, it'll be a few weeks.
Cool. Oh, sweet. We got people. We're live. All right. Sorry. I didn't realize I could live button. It doesn't matter. I'm just kidding. I knew I could live button. Cool, everyone. So first off, I want to say good morning. Happy Sunday. I am feeling great. It is my wife's birthday today. So we are going to celebrate. So we better keep this show short. She's going to kick my ass. Trying to be a good husband because I'm a horrible husband. Right, Jason?
Yes.
Don't comment.
I'm just kidding. No, she's kicking it with the cats. So, yeah. So I feel like the Deadpool Hall H stuff is kind of cooled down. We're kind of talking about it. She goes thumbs up. I feel like the Deadpool, spec is kind of leveled out. I don't think it's dropped quite a bit. Definitely. I saw on Key Collector they had the Doom report, and like every single Doom book is like going crazy. From the what you would call it, aside from the typical first appearances of Tony Stark as Doom or what have you. I'm not even following it. I just I think back in the day I would have driven to every single comic book store on Sunday, and I mean, it's still probably one, but I didn't even try.
No.
Congrats to everyone that has books in any of those fields. But personally, I just I'll leave it to the market to kind of sign and watch it just for the community and all that. But
it's fun.
Darth, you're going to say something?
No, yeah, I would have done the same thing. What you just said. I would have went out, to a few shops, see what I could find.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about finding that What If. I know I could have found. I know I could have found the Exile.
Mm-hmm.
But that What If, I don't know.
I luckily got mine about a year ago.
Yeah,
I heard whispers of Robert Downey Jr. possibly being tapped for Doom, and I was like, "All right, well, this is an interesting book to have."
Yeah, that book, but it had value already, right? I don't know what it was before this announcement. I don't know how much it was worth.
You're talking about the Doom book with the
What If?
This one?
Oh, that book was like $10. We had it.
Was it $10?
It was a wall book for like $10.
But I know it was mentioned back in the day, dude. I know there was a few dudes within the same circle of content talked about that book.
I honestly had no idea that book even existed until Pickles showed me. Anyway,
when they announced that, it was the first. That was the one that popped into my brain as the only storyline that actually made sense to bring Robert Downey Jr. back. Is that him and Doom were going to swap consciousness or whatever,
right?
Because I'm pretty sure in that book, if I remember correctly, that's kind of what happens. Is Doom takes the conscience of Iron Man, and Iron Man takes over the conscience of Doom.
Yeah,
which I believe ends up leading to AI Tony Stark for Riri, which I'm surprised that book hasn't gone up.
I've heard that the new kind of thought process is Specs transitioning to Riri because her show's coming up pretty soon, and kind of those Tony Stark.
Yo, who
Riri stuff,
cares
whatever.
about? Yo, who cares about her, bro? Who cares?
I don't care. But
I no, it's
I'm just saying that. Yeah, I've
I
been
just like seeing
reading
when
and
it
seeing
when
shit that Riri spec is
I
like
think
the
that
next
Riri
thing to
Spec
look
is-
out for.
It's
Still
going
alive.
I
back.
think that one's been dead for a while, bro. I think a lot of that has been dead. I think that it's cool to see a book pop every now and then, man. Because I mean, I think a lot of that's
Hey,
past,
James.
man. I don't think I just don't, all that Riri stuff. A lot of people got burnt on those books, overpaying for them back in the day.
No,
Mhm.
yeah, bro. Oh,
You
boy,
know,
did they
now
overpay.
And I think this is kind of how I feel, and I think Darth, you feel the same way. Michael Baker, I guess I'm a hater because I still don't like RDJ coming back.
no,
and it's
me
the week
neither.
after.
I do not. No, I don't. I'm not with that.
And I think it's just like for me, it's the whole like premise of if a great retires from the game, like sports, like and they try and come back, even though they're still like whatever, like
That's like Jordan coming back to the Wizards. That was
yeah,
dope, bro. That was
it's
dope.
It's all
it's
right.
like LeBron extending
When
his contract for 3 more years. No, that's kind of a bad example, but it's just something new, man. I mean, like I know like people are saying like, well, what's gonna make people happy and like what
a good
they're gonna
story.
do.
A good story
Yeah,
will make that. It could have been anybody else, bro. They could have kept traditional Doom. And
yeah,
you know what I mean? And
and
I think we all would have been excited
yes, it
for it.
feels lazy. Yeah,
Right? It does. There you go. It feels lazy. I
Listen,
mean,
Yeah.
if they do Iron Man Doom, that's gonna be crazy.
it might be dope. Yeah. I look, as long as it's good, right? We'll do I feel that they should have went the other route? Yeah. But if it's good, that's all that matters,
I thought
So
they were gonna use Mads Mikkelsen or whatever the hell his name
that
is.
was a lot of actor speculation.
That
And
was
there's a lot of good
good.
actors that could have played Doom. But then again, he's gonna be in the mask most of the time. So
Oh,
I
I mean,
exactly.
we don't know shit about Doom too, so like all the spec could be like dead. It could just be literally RDJ as Doom, Victor Von Doom, just straight up, and in Secret Wars, and that could be it. And
And
that
then
really could be it.
Then they bring the real actor because
What?
doesn't he have like Doom bots that like pretends to be him and shit?
yeah, he does.
Oh man, I
I
don't
have
even know.
I have small history with Doctor Doom, bro. I'm not a Fantastic Four guy, never was. The little bit of Doom that I've read recent, anytime he's with mutant books, every time he's in a mutant book, that's when I read Doom. And you know what? It's kind of a badass. Like I don't really, you know what I mean? I didn't read those books as a kid. I'm not familiar with the characters, so I'm not gonna pretend I am. I don't know any about his key books, but the first appearance. So this, like I said, it's just cool to see some books get some heat, man. For those who got them or sat on them or went and found them, that's good, man. Shit.
Yeah, I mean, good for you, Pickles, for selling your book for $1 and it's at $2.
Yo, I feel bad for
20.
whoever buying those.
Well, we won't talk about that book anymore then. Let's get on with the show. So anyway, we're about 10 minutes into the show. I want to thank the panel for showing up today. Again, I want to have everyone wish a happy birthday to my beautiful wife, who is somewhere around here. I don't know where she's at, but
happy birthday. You already know, however you turn in 30 something, 40 something, it don't matter. Just go out there, fucking work hard, and have that big dick energy like you and Ferd always do, and fuck the world.
my God. I don't know if she heard that, but I'll put it on the replay for her.
Thank you.
We drank, what did we do last night, Pickles? We did some
Soju?
some soju tasting. Oh my God, it was
Soju tasting. That's fancy.
No, man, it's like $6.99 a bottle. There's like 17 different flavors, and
$6.99 a bottle.
They're tiny. They're like this small. They're
I thought
super
y'all were
tiny.
doing it up. I thought that was like $100 bottles. Soju sounds like a fancy word.
Alcohol is alcohol, man. I'll never spend more than like $10 on a shot, man. Like that's just not
right.
That's just not my thing.
Don't come to New York City then. Don't come to New York City.
We got to go bowling at a haunted lane. That was kind of.
Yeah, we went bowling. She got her ass kicked. Fucking stomped her in the throat. I twisted it. Fucking killed her.
Right.
Yeah.
We're just gonna see your computer screen go black in a second. Like out of nowhere.
She's in the
Like,
cover.
Bird,
stopping in here.
Gotta win at all costs.
Speaking of black computer screens, how was Boeing last week?
Oh, I had to work 50 hours last week. They designated us 10s all week.
Really?
Nice.
You had to work 50 hours?
Yeah.
They're
Yo, see, look, it's getting weird.
well, they can make us
It's getting weird.
technically. I think they can make us work 12 hours each day, but they didn't. But it's more or less because they know they're coming up to a major like labor loss here soon when we go on strike. So
Oof.
So they're gonna force y'all to work more. So
yeah,
you cannot
they're basically
strike?
going to try to squeeze
That don't
every
make
drop out
sense.
of us up until then.
Uh-huh.
Like everybody I worked with was like, man, 10 hours. Like, can they do that? I was like, dude, we're lucky that they didn't do 12. Like, we could be not getting out of here till 3 a.m. What would you like to do?
Yeah,
And you
shut
guys
up,
could-
shut up and start screwing.
Well-
You guys get paid a lot of money too. So
Well, and they got stuck. Like, so they get stuck there. They all live close. They're all bitching about
Oh,
it. And
really?
they're like 5 minutes away. I'm like, dude, I still got like a 45-minute drive once I leave here. So when we
Right,
leave at
right.
1 a.m, I don't get home till 2. I basically got enough time to
Yeah, and that's without
shower
traffic.
and crush an
Yeah, like
episode
all
of
the-
Tokyo Vice before I get tired.
All the Boeing facilities that I helped take down in California because of all their contaminants and all that. Even, I mean, they were weird. It was just odd. I don't even know what they were doing. It was like big ass bunkers and shit with metal tanks, you know, acid tanks, all kinds of stuff. But their offices were plushed out, super nice. Dude, they contaminate like even the duct. We would take in any Boeing building. We take. I don't even know if we could talk about this, but any Boeing building, we go up, take the duct, follow the whole duct through the whole building, take all the duct out. Then we would have to like, that it's like I forgot what metal it is, but we'd have to wipe it down.
Probably cadmium. Oh, you're talking about the actual tubes
duct.
themselves.
Yeah. The duct work went up into the vents. We'd have to simple green it or disinfect it, wipe it down.
It could be. I don't know what we have down in California. I want to say because I know we have like some places like Victorville and stuff like that.
yo, you
Yeah.
gotta chill out. Pickles, you putting out trade secrets.
Yeah, I know. That's true.
Panel might get wiped
Hey,
out.
because you know what? That was like that was the early 2000s. So I think that was whatever happened with Evan Brockovich. California.
Oh, Brockovich? Oh my God, that's a movie.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Because
Yo,
we had
Ferd with a 2015 slang. That's a movie.
Fuck out of here.
Listen, I'm just glad you know something. You know something, even if they're out of date.
James Carter with some spec in the chat. James, you can put your Discord link down there too, man. I'm in your Discord, and he has some pretty good spec in there, honestly, guys.
Oh, that's my guy, man. Been following his back for years.
He's in there, but I figured I never heard of this book before, but it looks like it's some type of where did it go? Oh, it looks like it's a hardcover like first volume. I'm not really sure, but it looks pretty cool. I mean, if anything, like. Yeah, I think the panel is like pretty cautious on like the spec unless you already have it, sell it now. But
yeah, get your money, dude.
Just whatever. But
or don't
without further ado, I'm just gonna talk real quick about the kind of the concept. I would say this is not really my idea. I'd say this is more Fedora's idea, but I put together something for him, kind of
nice.
So yeah, we kind of touched on this. I want to say last week or the week before, and we were talking specifically about an X23 variant book, right? And
nice.
When you're picking through like Grails, when you're thinking about like first appearances, like that's the easiest, most sure thing about like a character, right? The first appearance is generally going to be the more attainable book to get, or the one that's going to be worth the most. You're going to get like times whatever. However, it's kind of like. And you'll see in the photos here or whatever, but like there's sometimes arguable first appearances. So it's like it might be like an issue 7 versus an issue 9. It might be a preview book. It might be some international comic or whatever. So there can be a little bit of confusion with that, in regards to like what the actual first appearance is. With that said, you could, and then there's gonna be like a million of them, right? However, you as a collector, right, as us comic book collectors can see, it might be better to go off and get the actual rarer or more popular variant spec. So today it's going to be kind of a versus thing. I do this on the Ronin 5 show, like this or that kind of thing. But this is more, I think, just kind of take a look at not necessarily the market, because I didn't really look at prices here. But you all kind of know these books. We've talked about them in the past. There's a couple new ones you may have not have heard of. But just trying to get the panel's opinion. Some of these books are like way out of price range, and so just kind of take it with a grain of salt. And I didn't do any DC books because first appearances for like DC books are like in the millions, and so I think you probably want to go that way. So there's just no point. And it was kind of hard to find indie books because like I don't know, indies can go. I mean, they can go ratios of like 1 of 1 or like 1 of 25 or 17 covers for like one issue. So I kind of kept it towards like Marvel, and I think there might be one DC book in here actually, but yeah, we'll see what happens. But and then I will do a giveaway at the end depending on how many people we get. I'll do a signed Iron Man book if we get 25. If not, I'll do these I have a couple. I think they're Whatnot. No, they're fuck, I forgot who did them. Anyway, I'll do a giveaway regardless at the end of the show, but just want to say thank you to everyone. We're at 695 subscribers as of today. I don't know how we did it. Video games are kind of coming up, so if you guys click back and look at our weekly comic book, video game, One Piece. I'm not doing Pokemon because I kind of like One Piece a little more. Sorry, fellas. Yeah, just appreciate everyone's support as we try and get to 1,000 subs, and we're almost monetized. So we'll see what happens in the next.
I just found out the other day too that apparently I drunkenly purchased the new Star Wars game a weekend or two ago and didn't realize it. I like went onto my Xbox. It's like, and I was flipping through stuff, and it was like owned, and I'm like owned. I'm like, when the hell did I buy that?
What game? Which one?
The new Star Wars Outlaws, the open world one that comes out at the end of the month.
Oh,
like I'm not mad about it.
Is it like shooter or like is it RPG?
It's done by Ubisoft, so it's the same. It's gonna have like similar concept of like Assassin's Creed, to where it's like open world. You can kind of go do whatever you want to.
Is there a storyline though? What is it?
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay. Who do you
It doesn't
play
have
as?
anything to do with like Jedi or anything like that. It's like all based on like the almost more Bad Batch-ish kind of. Like it's a lot of like outlaws and stuff like that.
Bounty hunter stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't gamed in a while. It's been years.
I just
But it's the first open world Star Wars game.
I played NCAA football against my new homie Levi. If you guys aren't finding Levi's Toys and Games, he's a little kid. We played a little NCAA football yesterday. Yeah, I beat him a little bit. He's 9 though, so
still.
Yeah. So I want the hot routes, like no mercy, no mercy, man, no. And then me and Pickels played up against a couple 9-year-olds in like 4-on-4 basketball and destroyed them.
Yeah,
just like it was like 10.5 to 5. We just doubled up, man. It was like US versus like Appalachian State, that it was 92 Dream Team versus Appalachian State. All right, let's get into the show. I'll shut up. So first off, starting off pretty easy here. So UF4 number 1, and as we're assuming 9.8s are like near mid grades on these books, right? Versus the Ultimate Spider-Man, arguably I think his best variant out there. Long term, and ghost wise, I'd rather go with the Miles Morales variant. Just because, like, there's so many UF4s out there. I mean, at one time they were in 5 Below packs. I've seen that Ultimate Fallout 4. There's 17 different freaking versions of it reprinted. There's, the good old Black Flag or whatever flag version of it.
That's the best one. That's the best.
If you're gonna go UF4, that's the best one to get, right?
That's the best one. Black Flag edition.
But if I was gonna, invest long term in like rarity wise, I'm going with the Ultimate. Whatever. Pickles, I'll start with you. What would you go for? Bang for your buck.
Are we going raw or just assuming it's a 9.8 graded?
Assuming like the grade is the same.
Okay. Does it have to be this Ultimate Fallout? So here's where it gets fishy for me. I would probably, if it was an Ultimate Fallout 9.8 newsstand, I would probably take that over this variant just based on rarity because it's vastly, I think.
So
there's only like 4 or 5 9.8s, I think, in a newsstand graded in a 9.8.
So with that said, I would say just the regular 9.8, like the first print.
Okay.
No newsstand stuff.
Oh, then I would go with the other one, the Miles variant.
Cool.
Just because I've seen the Ultimate Fallout so much, so it's like that's why I was like, if it was a newsstand 9.8, I would take that just based off of rarity alone. But like,
Me too. So your boy, so year 4 is still the first appearance, right? Yeah, for sure. Are you talking about this or talking about One Piece, or One Punch Man? Just curious. Darth, what are your thoughts, or what
Yeah,
should
no,
I
I'm
go?
gonna take the variant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the variant. But if it was a newsstand, yeah, I would have probably. I'm a sucker for newsstands.
I know.
But
You'll see one later. You'll see one later.
I take the variant because that the first print's overprinted. So
Yeah. Fedora, I know what you're gonna go with, but give us your thoughts.
I hope the customer at the shop buy that book, the taxi cab one.
It's so fresh. It's so
Yeah,
good.
so I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna pick that one.
Yeah.
Like a
Especially if
1
they
in
make this
50,
like a scene in
2011.
the movie too, like it's gonna explode. I think that's what really will push it, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, they will. They might. I think the guy the friend that I helped buy it, he's
Mhm.
waiting. He hasn't graded his yet because he wants Fiona Staples to sign it.
Oh, that's
Or
cool.
whoever did. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see.
Nice.
But yeah, that's what I would do.
Yeah. I started this one off a little easy because I know we've been talking about these books in the past and everyone knows Miles, right? So we're gonna go even easier on the next one.
Below Betty.
Bello Betty. So this was kind of hard for me to. I was gonna pick Ghost Spider, but I felt like we've talked about that quite a bit here, and so I went off after the next best cover, in my opinion. So Edge of the Spider Verse #2 versus Spider Gwen #1, the Hughes variant. I like the Edge 2, or Edge of the Spider Verse 2 version, just because I like the cover. But this is a tough one for me. Oh, sorry, I'll go with Spider Gwen Hughes. My bad. Just because there's too many versions of the Gwen Stacy. There's like 5 printings. There's a 1 in
black one, a
25
blue
variant.
one.
What's that?
There's a black one, a blue one.
Yeah, there's a lot of them, right? So
different colors.
like, I guess if you're a fan and you don't, you can't equate $500 in a 9.8 versus like 150 for what these are going for. You go with you go with the regular Edge of the Spider-Verse 2, but I think that Spider Gwen Hughes variant, I think it's a really nice cover. Like the artwork's like really nice. But yeah, this one's kind of threw a real wrench. It's kind of tough for me to go back and forth on this one. I'm gonna start with Fedora on this one, man. Which one are you going with?
Just because I'm biased towards anything Adam Hughes. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Adam Hughes just based off of the fact that it's Adam Hughes.
Yeah, the art's pretty tight though, right? Like her hair is like, I don't know, the hair for some reason is like, man, it really pops. I don't know.
It looks good. It looks good.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't really think a lot of people care about that Spider Gwen first appearance. Like I feel like they should. So that's, I don't know. It's weird because Spider Gwen is like a really popular character, but nobody gives a shit about her. Like nobody really asks for her trades, or like no one really asks to. I don't know. It's weird. A lot of people like her, but then they don't at the same time. Like it doesn't translate to the sales of the books, at least on my end.
I feel like I agree with that. I feel like Riri's a more readable character than Spider Gwen is. I don't know, because I've read both and I actually enjoy Riri's stories more than Spider Gwen. I don't know. It's just me. Darth, what are your thoughts on either one of these books?
I'd probably have no interest in these books.
Yeah,
I'd pass.
That's cool too, man.
I'd hold. I'm not familiar with the character.
I'm
more of a Kamala Khan guy myself.
Oh, okay. I was gonna put Kamala on here. I just didn't have the time. Sorry.
But I've never read anything that this character's been in, and I only really know of any of these books because of all the content.
Spec. Yeah.
Spec. Yeah. So
I read the first appearance. Like I read this Spider-Verse book, and it just was kind of boring to me. Versus like the Invincible Iron Man Riri like books. I don't know, man. Maybe because Bendis.
I feel I could get into that if I read it, just because the science part to it and all that.
Yeah.
I feel like I could probably get into her stuff, but even regular. I remember I used to try to put like a run together that dude. I couldn't find any of that. It's hard.
Yeah.
Even her regular issues were hard to find. So I just
Michael Ware goes, the Black Flag STU affords the type of thing Dolan would endorse.
Yeah, it would. Like Dolan is like the acetate of owners. Like, he sucks. Oh my god.
Just-
Aaron Boone, like he narrowly escaped my sight. So it's back on Dolan. Yankees are back on top, baby. Number 1. We back, baby.
August.
Oh, the start says it's August.
Yeah, dude.
And I know. It's August. But
Baseball's such a long season,
It is,
man.
bro.
It's
And
emotional.
Yeah, it is. It's my
It's
first
like-
love in sports, but I know
I fucking hate
September,
it. I can't.
September, that's when it gets cracking.
I can't stand it. And then it gets hot when it gets cold. So it's like worse. You know what I mean?
Well, all summer, bro. It's 6 months.
I
like,
know.
Plus, as Mariners fans,
Yes.
we temper our. We're just like, we don't go into it hoping that we win. We're just like, hey, let's see us progressively get a little better throughout the season. Like, let's just maintain.
Well, let's just win 4-3 in 10 innings every game and
like,
have
if we
our
can go
heart rate higher.
500. We can play 500 ball. I'm happy.
It's
Yeah,
fucking cardiac
exactly.
baseball,
what
dude. It's
about
cardiac fucking
the
baseball.
Chicago White Sox, baby?
Oh, these guys are 19 games in a.
Are they still sliding?
Yeah,
Yes, dude.
Hey,
They're the worst team of all time, man.
I work
All
with a few
time.
fans, and
Every time I see them
that.
talk about that, it's like the what's it called? That scene from Major League where they're like the groundskeepers are out there and they're like they're shitty.
Oh,
Do they even have
What was that?
fans?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
I work
yeah,
with
they're
half
pretty
White
diehard,
Sox
yeah.
fans and half Cubs fans, and I always troll them.
I
You can put it on the
met a White Sox
board.
fan.
Remember that announcer? He had that iconic home run celebration or a call.
No,
Yeah, you can put it on the board. Remember, you can put it on the board.
I don't, man.
Yeah.
All I know is like
YouTube
do
it.
you believe in
Pretty cool.
miracles, or I mean that's the one.
And he was a White Sox local broadcaster for years. Like one of their legends broadcasting, like Vince Scully for the Dodgers and Chip Carey. Never mind.
Harry Carey.
Well, his sons, they call it the Braves games.
Harry Carey, everybody.
All right, Pickles. What are your thoughts on these books?
Like I would definitely probably take the huge. Like, so I like the use of negative space on the Spider-Verse book. Like, it's fine, but like you said, it's been done over and over and over, and they didn't really change the cover; they just changed the color. So I think that's kind of what throws it off for me. I would rather have the Hughes variant just based on the art alone. But I'm kind of in the same boat as Darth on this one. Like, I'm like Spider-Gwen's fine, but it's not like my favorite character or anything like that. It's it's just another one of those kind of spider characters that feels a little bit like they just were like, oh, let's just take these two characters and combine them. Why not?
Yeah, and it doesn't translate as much as Miles does.
Yeah.
But like kind of what Fedora was saying, like I see a lot of cosplay with Spider-Gwen because I think it's a cool it's a cool costume to cosplay. But yeah, it just for some reason it doesn't translate very well in comic books. But
I mean, we gotta see, because probably the people who like her, like they're not into comics yet. Because I know a lot of little girls like her.
Right.
My ex-girlfriend's daughter was really into Spider-Gwen when she saw the movie, and she's like, Spider-Gwen and Gengar are like the two things that she always asks every Christmas, anytime. So we'll see. Like when those kids get older, I mean, maybe we'll see. But I don't know. Right now, it's hard to tell.
It's all good. Right now, all right. I guess we got what is it? Hunt jury on this one. So this one, this is kind of one of my personal favorites as far as like newest characters that have come out the past 10 years. So this is Eddie Brock's first appearance, right? Venom 7 versus the Venom 9 animation variant. So this is a little different type of spec because obviously from this cover, it's not Dylan Brock. It's a Dylan Brock also first appearance in Venom 9 because that's another arguable like first appearance of Dylan Brock. I would rebuy this book if it came down a little bit more, just because I love the cover. I like the rarity out of it. The Venom 7 book, like his actual first cameo appearance, whatever. It's a cool cover. It's nice, but I'm going with the animation variant just based off the cover, and I like issue 9 better as a comic book fan. I'll start with Darth. Lopez, I know you're kind of a Null fan and all that. What did you think of Dylan Brock, and what are your thoughts on these two different books?
I'll take, what is it? I can't really see it. The with the face.
Venom 7?
Yeah, I'll take 7.
Cool.
Yeah, I got into this run late. I would say
Yeah.
around into 11, something like that. But I liked it. I was, 90Ks. But other than that, yeah, I'd go with 7, just off cover.
Right. Pickles, what are your thoughts, man?
I dig both of them. The Venom 9 kind of feels like a nod to the first book that we looked at, the Miles variant.
Oh yeah, okay.
Like,
yeah,
kind of like at least the background.
Yeah.
Granted, you don't have the taxis right there, but it's kind of a similar cityscape. I dig that variant, but I'm with Darth on this one. I just art wise, I like number 7 a lot more because it's you're so used to seeing the Venom symbiote taking it over, and this looks more like he is Venom, but like his skin is the thing that's peeling off. Like it doesn't look like, it looks like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I dig the kind of like reverse aspect of it.
Who's is that Stegman? The cover artist for that
yes,
one? It was, right?
Yeah, I mean he did the art, so I'm pretty sure it's Stegman. Yeah,
I like him.
Yeah, he's good, man. He's a really nice guy. If you meet him in person, you know, on his autograph, like he's nice. Donny Case, not so much. He's kind of a snob. Fedora, what are your thoughts on these two books?
I would say if you could get the complete series, that might be the way to go. That's just me, though.
Your boy Alien says get both, right? And yeah. I wanted to try and pick something a little bit like less, like, you know, I mean, these past book, you know, the past few books are pretty expensive.
That's a pick one. That's a pick one.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's pretty hard because I like Spider-Man Noir. I think he's cool. He probably might get like a spin-off or some shit.
Yeah.
But
he'll come to Amazon, right?
Does he? I don't know.
Yeah, Nicolas Cage is playing him in a live action, I think, adaptation.
Is it live action?
Is it live?
I think it's supposed to be live action.
I thought it was cartoon. That's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess.
Yeah, I don't. There's too many spider people.
I like Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, I guess I'll go with the Spider-Man Noir variant.
Cool. All right, we're on the same page. And it was like 400 back in the day.
Really?
It's gone down to like 150, 98.
I
remember seeing one for 500 and 98 because like Dylan was white hot back in the day. What's up, Doc Joe? I think you might like the next slide here coming up here. We're about 30 minutes into the show. Again, I want to say happy birthday to my lovely wife. If everyone in the chat could say happy birthday to her, I'd appreciate it, and I'm sure she would too. But more importantly, she probably appreciate me getting off this podcast so we can enjoy her birthday. Anyway, just kidding. But I want to thank everyone in the chat for coming through. We will do a giveaway at the end. It's either going to be an autographed book or
we're at 21.
What's that? Oh, we're at 21. We're almost
21.
there. 4 awake, peeps. Or I'm going to give away some books from Big Leg. He gave me some books a long time ago, and I just want to give them away. They're Iron Fist books. So anyway, on to the next. What the? Oh, okay. So I got NYX3. The next slide is what we're versing. This book, again, I talked about last week, hasn't moved a lot since the movie came out. A lot of copies are out there. You know, this is a pretty liquid book. You can find it anytime, like when you're searching on eBay.
You could probably find it at cons too. Like
you probably could find it at cons. It's a tough grade actually because I think it's pretty it's pretty hard like to keep in good condition. A lot of hyper. Thanks guys. But this is the verses, Doc Joe. Shout out to you. The X23 Jurjevic variant.
Wait, that's
Delano.
That's Delano.
Oh, it's Delano? I thought it was Jurjevic. My bad. Okay, so Delano. Thanks, Darth Lopez. This is why I have you.
Yeah, okay.
And, of course, he has a couple 9/8s. Because Doc Joe. This is like his, like, dollar bin, like graded books, you know, for Doc Joe. Anyway, I like the 1 in 75 better, but I think there's more press with this version. It's a tough book to get. It's tough and high grade. Doc Joe's got a couple 9/8s. It was printed during the 2009 era, so it is rare. So it's kind of that rare variant kind of aura. There are some reprints though, which is, but I still would rather go with this. Fedora, let's start with you. What are your thoughts on either X23? I'll go back to it real quick, or the Lotto.
It all really depends, because I feel like if I could get the X23 at a good deal, I'd probably pick that over it, because
That's a good point.
I feel like that book is really high, and the character hasn't really on screen. She hasn't really gotten she hasn't met her full potential on screen yet. So I think it can possibly go for more if audiences keep getting introduced to her, and she could keep getting into movies, Secret Wars, X-Men, stuff like that. But at the same time, if you could get the Del Lotto, if you have the money for it, yeah. I mean, it's like, I pick both only for different reasons. Because if I could get my hands on the Del Lotto, I would pay like whatever the market is. But if somebody says you can either have the Del Lotto at the market, or I'll give you a near mint NYX3 for 400, $500. I don't really know what the raws go for. But
you're right around there. Like if it's a near mint, 9.6s go for like 600. So yeah.
All right, so a raw for like 350 or like 4, I'd be like, oh, okay. If only if I had them both in front of me right now, like that would be the way that would be the deciding.
That's good. I like that. I like that deciding factor.
Yeah. So it depends, because I think Laura Kinney has like I wouldn't say she's mainstream yet. People know her, but she doesn't have that she doesn't have that pop yet. I think she's like one movie away from being like, oh shit, like I like this character. So it depends. That's my
she's on the cusp, man, for sure.
Yeah,
she's definitely is. She needs to do like Euphoria or something. I don't know. Darth Lopez, I'm gonna go with you next. What are your thoughts on the NYX? Or
that's one of my favorite characters. So I'm gonna piggyback everything that Fedora said, but I would take the first appearance. I think you got to have the first appearance over a variant. Yeah, but I agree. Like, she can pop. She's another one of my favorite characters. I got most of her runs, like, some variants, but not like this one. I had this one. It's one of the books I regret selling. But
Me too.
Yeah, I'd rather have the first appearance.
Dope. All right. Pickles, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I've always been a fan of the NYX book.
Yeah.
And seeing this, like, I dig the cover. It's cool art, but it doesn't really sway my my like for that one. So I would definitely take the NYX book. It's still one that I actively look at, but like you said, it hasn't really moved much. Hasn't gone up. It hasn't gone down, and the prices are still just a little bit too much for me to want to invest in it currently.
Yeah. And I think the other thing too for me on the NYX3, and I go with NYX3 too. To me, it's like one of the best covers that tells a story within the cover. Like the viewpoint from the car, there's rain. She's obviously sad. I mean, obviously, like, she's a prostitute, it just tells so much in the cover itself. Whereas this, I like the rarity of this book, just not necessarily the 1 in 25 ratio, but the year was printed so much more.
Exactly.
However, the story in X23 wasn't as groundbreaking as NYX, because I read the whole NYX series, and that's a great just series to read. The other books are a little bit cheaper you can just, I guess, read it for free. But anyway, yeah, good discussion, man. I think this is the first. I knew this one would be kind of like, I felt like all of us would kind of veer towards more the NYX versus this one. But
this is just rarity. Like, if I had the money to buy a 9.8 and I had the money comfortably, I'd have it. Just because it's just one of the rare books, just like the Yurkovich.
Yeah.
like that, dude. I've seen this book more than that one. So you know what I mean. So just like on eBay or listed.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's got a lot of rare books. You know?
She does.
Yeah,
especially these 2009s to 11s, man. They're pretty rare.
All new Wolverines as well. I think some are slept on. So,
Darth, I'm gonna start with you on this one, but let me just kind of explain real quick.
yeah, Nabisco.
This is your Grail. This is like
Yeah.
your whatever, blah blah blah.
Yep.
The one thing that I think about this book is I've seen it so many times for just like in any grade. I've seen it every shop I've been to, like pretty much. But like it's still a great, like it's still a great book. And the 180 versus 181 argument, like 181, man, like this is like the better cover.
That's a stupid argument.
And it's a better cover. 181's a better cover.
So it's just so it's the greatest first cover appearance then.
Yeah, I would argue. I'd go too.
I'd go 180.
You would go 180?
Yeah, I would.
I would go 180. Well, I'd go 181.
I'm saying, look, this is my Grail, but I would lean towards 180 being his first appearance. Because of how big the little dude looks in the back of the book. So that's why.
Yeah,
that's like a full cap. Whatever you want. It don't matter.
Yeah. But your Grail's 181.
Yes, it is.
As you said. So, but I was like, man, I want to put this out there for Darth Lopez, man. Like that Nabisco variant.
Yeah.
Wolverine Nabisco variant, man. That is a freaking ghost. That goes for about, I've seen it asking price like about the same as a 181. I think the Nabisco to me speaks more because it was like, when you're a kid, any giveaway like Kool-Aid, freaking G.I. Joe, whatever, you gotta put all those damn coupons in the envelope. You gotta get the long one right.
Right. They say that's why I got my Cobra Commander.
Yeah, pack it in and then seal it up. Make sure you got enough points, and then you send it off. And like 2 weeks later, you get your comic book, your toy or whatever.
Yeah.
Play with it and then throw it off. Blah blah blah. Right. That's nostalgia for me.
Yeah.
181's never had the nostalgia with me, but just the thought of like having to process all that effort to get this comic book and then the value of it and the cover, it kills everything for me. So what are your thoughts on these two? I'm sure you're going with the 181, but like, man, if you had the bread, would you go with the Nabisco?
Well, I agree with Michael Baker. I would go 298 or 99.
Mm-hmm.
But I would not. I gotta secure the 181. That's like all priority.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
I'm still sitting. I can go window shopping for that book now and finally pull the trigger. But I'm kind of waiting because the market's up and down. I think I could get it way cheaper, whatever the case may be. And I sold a lot of good books to even put a war chest together for that book.
Sure.
But I would have to have what is considered the big boy book of Wolverine. So I go 181. But if I can afford a 181 at a decent grade, then I could afford the Nabisco.
Sure.
So like I would just make, for me, I'd have to have 181 first.
Gotcha. I figure you go that route, but I figured I suggest something else. Fedora, I'm not sure if you. Oh, okay, you're good. Fedora, man, what are your thoughts on these two books? Or have you even heard of the Nabisco book? I'll unmute you.
Was I talking? I don't. I've seen the image of the Nabisco book. I just didn't know it was a book. I've definitely seen that image. It actually looks like Deoxys, the Pokemon, from where I'm looking at it, because the screen is a little bit tiny. But what does it go for?
Well, why don't we take a look?
This is the first time I'm hearing of it. I've never heard of it.
I've
seen the image.
It's Wolverine 145.
I think it's minimal $1,000, dude. It's kind of like that Miles variant, right? That Miles variant is minimal 1,000.
That's 9.8. That's a 9.8.
He's asking. It's signed by Hugh Jackman, so So $3,000 for a 9.8, 8.5s, $1,250, $1,975 for a 9.6.
Yeah. It's probably cheaper now. Actually,
it probably is cheaper now. Yeah, I haven't looked at that book in a long time. And when When I was looking at Wolverine variants, I was like, oh shit, I forgot about the Nabisco. So it's one of those like, probably people didn't know about it. I mean, it's a cool cover, man. It looks really cool. So that's probably why it popped up as well. But Pickles, man, what are your thoughts on?
I would say for me.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Fedora.
I would say I would like Hulk 181 is such a high demand book that I think that it doesn't really matter how many like copies there are.
Sure.
Versus how many people want it. Like, because the way I look at it is, I collect these books, just for like if my kid ever needed something in the future, So I look at it like this, right? Like, if my kid ever needed a new car or at least not a new car, but like something to put a down payment on, like a car or like an apartment or some shit, I go, yo, just go into the vault, take whatever you need.
Go get the Wolverine Nabisco.
Take whatever you need.
Out the Wolverine Nabisco.
Which one would you be able to get rid of faster? Is like my question.
Yeah, 181 for sure.
Yeah. So then
your boy is it is liquid for sure. Yeah. So that's a good that's a good approach to it too, right? Like, what are your ultimate goals and whatever, or your perception of each book. So anyway,
I like them both though.
Yeah. But that's like a baller book. That's like when you got when you can comfortably. That type of book is you have all your keys, whatever they are. You got all that. You got whatever variants you got. You got whatever you got graded, and you got extra dough, and you can go afford to spend $1,800 or over $1,000,
$3K for
on a rare variant.
Yeah,
because you got it like that. So that's a whole different type of.
There's a customer that he comes into the shop, and he got it like that. He owns like 3 bars. He invited me to his bar once, and I thought it was gonna be no lie some shit bar, but it was actually really nice. He was like, order whatever you want, drink whatever you want, and I was like, whoa. And we were talking comics, and his collection it's insane. Like, and I'm thinking here he's a regular guy, but he's buying like EC books, like from back in the day, like early Crime and Suspense. He's like, yo, look, I got this Crime and Suspense. He was bidding on like a $50K book. He was bidding on it, bro. And I'm like, man, like, you're crazy. And then he was like, nah. And he was like, yo, what variants you think are good? And I told him, and he bought all of them. Just off of, he was just like, oh yeah, the Pokemon guy? Oh yeah, I'll buy that right now. And then I was like, whoa, like, this guy's serious, bro. Like,
well, I mean, if we all had money, if we were all on a way different tax bracket, we would have all this. It wouldn't be fun. I would have I have everything 9.8, dude. I my brother-in-law is military.
If we were all Doc Joe.
Oh, yeah. And
Doc Joe is like that dude. Phil, I hate to rush you guys, but we gotta get through these books. Pickles, go for it, man. I want your opinion.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same. Like, if I'm looking at it monetarily, like, I 100% like go with the Hulk 181. It's still a book that I look at, follow, see what it goes for here and there, just to kind of, for like, not personally trying to buy it right now, but to see kind of like where it's at, like all this and that. It didn't really fluctuate all that as high as I thought it would with the Wolverine movie coming out.
Right. Yeah,
gone down since the pandemic. Like, everything has. It's a stable comic book market.
But I definitely like the other cover as well. It's a cool cover. It's just, for me, I go with the iconic cover.
No, yeah, and I like all your guys' viewpoints on this one. This one was kind of like it's gonna get weirder. So on to the next one. And Michael Baker, you spoiled it, you son of a. Just kidding. But Michael Baker somehow got to my slides here. So Deadpool versus this. So you guys are asking about newsstands. So I'm gonna go newsstand in a 9.8. New Mutants 98. No 9.9 bullshit. A 9.8. The Siege cover. This is the J. Scott Campbell Siege variant. I'm going with the Siege variant. I'm gonna go with the 98 and the Siege variant versus the newsstand New Mutants 98. I'm gonna start off with Pickels first. Pickels, what are your thoughts on either one of these books, and which one are you going with?
New Mutants.
New Mutants 98 in newsstand.
Yeah. I'm not a big J. Scott Campbell fan.
Whoa, that's crazy.
No, I've look. Dare I say he's overrated?
Bro, that's crazy.
Like all of his covers are the exact same.
Yeah, I just don't like. I wanted to say it last week or the week before. Like I'm not. Like they're okay.
Mm-hmm.
They're okay.
Crazy.
Like I don't feel like I'm Campbell. Like I think he's overrated. I think he just draws. I like Art Germ better, and Art Germ. They're both like they're the same. What they do, how they draw, it's always the same.
Crazy. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
Yes,
because like this is the exact same. This is the exact same cover as that Wolverine Deadpool one that he did, where he's coming out and taking the mask off. It's the same cover as like his Mary Jane one that he did. Like it's all it's like he takes the same template and just swaps out the characters.
And you've heard it, and we've all heard it before. It's the same face, the same nose. Like
nah.
It's same thing with Art Germ.
Art Adams.
Art Adams is different.
No, he's not. He got the same face. Like, yo, if you put all the women characters he did,
hate on him. I picked it. I picked Siege.
Same face. Bro, that's wild.
Okay, I'll take the Mark Jewelers New Mutants 98. Oh man, that's a different one. That's different. I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's yeah. I like that. That's funny. So wait, Darth, which one are you going with?
I'm with Pickels, man. I got Deadpool newsstand all day. And you gotta go for first appearances, man. You gotta, you got to. Like once you have his first appearance, then you can start thinking about what variants in the runs that you have. Like that's why I'm lucky as a comic book guy, being my age, that my grails are simple. You know what I mean? It's Wolverine, Frank Castle, and Laura Kinney and Carol Danvers. That's all I gotta have. I can't be without them.
Yeah, just simplify it.
And that's it. And modern, it's I got my NYX. See, I did my deal, and the only thing I could not get during the pandemic was a 181 because it was overpriced back then, or it was inflated. I just couldn't hustle for it, so I hustled for everything else, like Laura Kinney, stuff like that, and so all I need is my 181, man.
He's got his 85% hack.
Yeah, that's right, AOA. He knows.
All right, that was funny, man. That was a funny discussion. Fedora, are you going with Siege or are you going with New Mutants?
I'm going with the J. Scott.
Yeah.
I love it.
Because I think that New Mutants. First, I hate Deadpool. I don't like Rob Liefeld, and I think the New Mutants cover is ugly.
Yeah.
Typical Liefeld. When I was a kid, it was beautiful, but
you know what's funny is so before I get to the next one, you know what's funny is I was looking at a Wizard from like 97, of course, right? So it's like of course these prices are going to be where they're at, but I was looking at Witchblade and it was going for like $50, at the time, right? It was like number one, New Mutants number one. So I wasn't laughing at the price, but the description was first appearance of Domino. And then like someone else, and then Deadpool was like the fifth person they named off. I just thought it was funny how they proceeded. And then in the New Mutants series, I looked at like that wasn't the most valuable comic book. It was the first appearance of Cable, and New Mutants was the most valuable comic book at the time. It was just funny to me, like looking back at that type of stuff and perception. Anyway, so all right, on to the next book. Michael Baker, this is for you, and this one took me a while. I couldn't figure out what I was going to choose for the best Spawn book.
Malibu Sun.
I figured Malibu Sun, right? Like that's the one to go with. But like, I guess like Michael Baker, I kind of want your kind of impression on this. But this is, I feel like the best Spawn variant amongst the other like crazy ones that have been going for like stupid money. I felt like this was the best one, even though it reprints the first issue. But I thought it was better than 350. That I thought it was better than like the unsigned version of that Tom McFarlane the 350 Spawn thank you variant. Fedora's already said Malibu Sun. I feel like I'm going with Malibu Sun as well. Pickles, what are you going with, my friend?
I would probably take the Malibu Sun. I've never actually seen the black and white variant.
A homie of mine has one. Yeah.
Is it pretty rare, or is it just kind of?
It's a rare reprint, I think.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I know it's worth a lot. But
I haven't even seen that. What is it?
I've never seen either one.
Oh, I've seen
Ever.
the Sun. I passed on it, or like in Chicago at a comic book store.
you passed on a Malibu
I did, dude. I did.
What the?
And you know what? I do regret it because I knew it was.
You got
double.
that Witchblade.
No, I know. I knew it was double on eBay. I was like, oh, I could make over 100 off of it, even after fees.
Yeah.
But I had a pile of. It was a 50% off back sales. So I already had up to like over $100 on stuff that I was gonna put my runs together. So I chose to put my runs together, then trying to flip that on eBay.
That's a true comic collector, fellas. That is a true comic collector.
Yeah, I went safe.
I don't flip or sell books.
No, I do. I do.
Oh, I 100% do too.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
I love it. It's fun.
So Darth, are you going with the black or white or the Malibu Sun?
I don't even know what the black and white is, so I'm gonna go with Malibu Sun.
All right, I like it. Rudy's in the house. What's up, Rudy?
Is that like a variant of? I can't tell what number that is. Is that one?
It's number. It's a retailer number 1. It came out in 97.
Okay, so it is a number. It is a variant of the first book then.
Yeah, I don't even like that cover, dude. I'd probably rather have.
Nah, both. I mean, the black and white cover is sick. Like it looks cool, but I mean, the Spawn number 1, it's so overprinted, my guy. Like at that point, it's like I'd rather just have the Malibu Sun.
Yeah, you're right. Right. That's why I'd rather have a 9.8 in a newsstand Spawn, just because I love newsstand.
I guess. I mean,
but you're right.
Newsstands are frauds, but
you know what? I don't really get into the politics of it. It's nostalgia for me, bro. Going to 7-Eleven, going to Walden Books.
Walden Books. Wow. I haven't heard that in like 20 years.
Come on now, homie. That's where I got my.
I love it.
That's where I got my where is it? My 8.5 newsstand. Deadpool. This the New Mutants. My Spider-Man 300 that my son ruined. Yeah, I went. I don't want to.
Big ups to your son, Darth. Big ups to your son.
He just had to learn how to crawl, bro. I was in a pandemic and I was switching out, putting it in a miler. And I walked to refill my coffee, and when I got back, it was over. And ever since then, I've not cared. I bought it back cheap, newsstand, direct, graded, and I've always sold it in a pinch. It's like I lost the one I had as a kid. That meant a lot. But it's my oldest son, so fuck it. He could do that.
Yeah.
Now I have that story that he ruined my.
Hey, remember? No, you don't, because you're a little baby toddler.
When he turns 20, you can tell him to fucking buy it back.
When you buy him a car, just take off the amount you lost.
Yeah.
From the whatever.
Yeah.
All right, fellas. We're gonna wrap this up real quick, and I'll do a giveaway at the end, as promised. We're almost at 25 live, so we didn't get up to the 25, so I won't give away the autographed books, but I will give away the other books from my boy Drew, Big Leg. Those guys. Shout out to you guys.
Yo, shout out Big Leg.
Shout out Big Leg. Shout out Drew. Shout out the good guys over there in Cali.
Yo, you like my hat, bro? You like my hat?
That's pretty cool, man. I think Pickles will like it better.
Nets Devils.
New Jersey Devils.
It's the New Jersey Devils and the New Jersey Nets mashed into one logo.
Scott Gomez, bro.
I don't know who that is.
His first Hispanic.
Scott Gomez is. Jason, did you know Scott Gomez?
Yeah. Well, first Hispanic. Yeah, if I remember, 90 in the 90s.
Yeah, when I was 14 or 15, maybe, I think, or something like that. He was he came from Alaska. He was on one of our select teams when we went to Chicago Showcase, I believe.
Yeah, Darth,
so did you know he was going to be a big deal?
Oh, he was destroying fools. Like, he was like, we were good, and he was like, it was like we were here, and he was like up here. I hated playing against, because like the only time we had to play him was in regionals usually, because that's when we play. Like, regionals was basically like the big, like, whereas football and stuff like that have states and stuff like that. That's kind of the big thing for high school. We didn't really have states. It was regionals, and it was like us, Alaska, California, Colorado, basically like the upper like Northwest area would have like send 2 teams from each state, made it, and then we played out. So that's where we got to play those guys. I used to hate playing against them. I think we got in a bench clearing brawl with them one time too because one of our guys ran their goalie.
Good. That's what you should do.
I remember that. I watched my buddy Nick punch the coach in the face in there because he it was basically like our bench was the furthest one away. They came at us. We were the 2 defensemen standing right there as like the first line of defense to get to our guys. And so they were all bum rushing us, and like Nick just went like straight at them, and somehow ended up in their bench, and ended up punching the coach too.
That's a good story.
That's crazy.
Why does Snake Guys look like RoboCop, like the new one?
That's a Purple Rain. That's the Purple Rain homage, but I don't know why he looks like RoboCop. I didn't think of that.
It looks like the new one, the new RoboCop.
The new one. So yeah, fellas, what are you guys going with? I'm going with the Silent Issue, 21 in newsstand, whatever. But I know that Purple Rain book is tough to find. But I'm going with the newsstand. I'll go with the direct edition of G.I. Joe 21. What about you guys?
They're both hard to find. They're both hard to find.
They are both hard to find.
We get a lot of books. I mean, we get a constant, like they're always buying collections, and those 2 I've never seen ever. Like you name it, we've gotten it. Like as far as like first appearances is concerned, like we've gotten every single first appearance that I could think of. But as popular as G.I. Joe is, I've never seen the first Snake Eyes book ever in our shop.
It's a tough book to find. I've never seen it live. I've had it before, but I have never seen it in person at like a shop. Pickles, what are you going with?
So while I do really dig the cover for the Purple Rain variant, I will always go with the 21 just because of how masterfully done like it was for a book that has like no words.
yeah, that's kind of why I liked it too, man. It was a quick read for sure.
But it's just it's so well done. Like you go through it and it's almost like you read a book, but it's just it's just out there compared to other stuff that I've ever read.
Yeah, the way you read it, it's like you are deaf. It's kind of different. I thought it was just interesting. Darth, what about you, man? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the classic 21.
Cool. Yeah, sweet. All right, well that's the slides we have for today. I as I was kind of going through the chat, I just put everyone who's said anything in the chat. We'll do a quick giveaway, and then I'll send you all off. We're gonna go get some pho in a little bit here. If you guys don't know what pho is, it's a Vietnamese beef noodle soup. Very delicious and good for hangovers. But anyway, I'm going to give about 15 seconds to, if you're not on the giveaway wheel, let me know. And I'll type your name in there. Otherwise, in about 10 seconds, we'll do the giveaway and we'll send you guys off for Sunday. Hey, man, it's preseason almost pretty soon, right? Is that coming up? Football?
Yeah.
First Seahawk preseason's next Saturday? Sunday?
Yeah, I'll never go to a live Seahawk game ever again.
No. I've only been to a preseason game. Everybody's like, you don't go to the regular games? I'm like, why would I spend $500 to sit in the back of that place and have to stand the whole time in the freezing cold and pay $10 a
wait in line for a beer, and then some Gen X, Gen Z dude who just turned 21 puking in a thing of lemonade next to me.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. We're going to go. We're going to run this wheel. Good luck.
I got the Premier League.
Spend the rest of my day staring at these Swamp Things.
That's right.
Oof, Mikey
Baker, congratulations. You are the wiener. Hit me up with your address and Instagram. I'll send you off a couple of goodies. They're Iron Fist. It's basically Swordmaster turns into Iron Fist variants from Drew's wanted comics variants. And I got 2 of them for you. So hit me up on Instagram. And that's our show for today. Again, happy birthday to my beautiful wife. She is ready to go. Thank you guys. Thank you, fellas. Thank you the chat.
Yo, big ups to the Yankees. Fuck Dolan, Aaron Boone. I'm watching you closely.
This is August.
Yeah, I'm not. Well, I'm not a Yankee.
Listen,
I'm not a Yankee fan.
Listen, I know.
Oh, hold on. I don't hate the Yankees like I used to when I was a kid.
No, that
I was a Yankee hater as a kid.
but it is
Not anymore.
It is August 4th, and I hold my breath
not.
for any team, not so
No.
much the Yankees only, but like
Listen,
And you know
The
what?
Dodgers are cooked. The Dodgers are
And then
cooked.
the Yankees been in and out the playoffs anyway for the last 10 years. So
yeah. And
Yeah,
you guys
that's-
hit up Mike Baker Shaker on Black Crown Comics later today. I think Trev, the shipping guru, is on as well. I will
What
be
is a
doing a
Baker
show.
Shaker?
You got to watch
show?
Black Crown. Watch the Black Crown show, man. It's good stuff. And then I will be also doing a show on One Piece on Tuesday with some of the fellas in the Discord. We'll see how it goes, and I'll be doing a giveaway on that as well. If you guys have any time, look at our past shows, help us, support us, and all that good stuff. But otherwise, you all have a great weekend. Thanks to the panel. We'll see you guys next week. Take care.